Okay, here we go. Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Tiffany.
And this is the Clean Romance Podcast. We're going to break down 5-star reads, hot button topics, and what makes clean romance shine.
Yay!
All right, Tiffany, for today's episode, we're going to be talking about, do books make you hungry? So I'm curious if people listening right now, does even saying the word hungry make you hungry? Or people immediately reaching for a snack, or they're like, oh wait, I didn't eat lunch, I want to go get something right now. So Tiffany, do you have a favorite snack to eat while reading and writing, or reading or
Yeah, so I will say I'm definitely a snacker. I definitely like to snack. As a 37-year-old, I try to not snack as much anymore because my metabolism can't handle it the way that it used to. So I would like to be able to be snacking at all times, but we can't do that anymore over here.
Right.
But I will say when I'm writing, I give myself like little rewards. As okay, I'm gonna write for an hour and then I'm gonna have like a little piece. My favorite is the Hue chocolate. Have you ever had Hue chocolate?
No.
It's like healthier. It's like dark chocolate sweetened with coconut sugar.
Ooh.
That is my favorite. And they have like a lot of interesting flavors. The hazelnut butter one is so good. So good. And then they have some crunchy ones that I like sometimes too that I don't know. I love it.
All right. Well, I don't like to snack while I read or eat. While I read or write. I think so. I even just trying to drink tea. So a lot of times I read at night and I will have a cup of tea, but I find that it disrupts my reading. Like I'm sucked in. I'm really enjoying this book, and then I have to pause and pick up my tea and like look at it so I don't spill it on myself, and it like interrupts my flow. And so I like the idea of drinking tea while I read, but the actual implementation is like I find myself having finished my reading and I still have a full glass of not hot tea anymore next to me. So
okay, but wait, where are you reading? Are you reading in bed?
This is in bed, but I've also tried it like on my couch. Like we have a little end spot on the couch with a end table, and so that's like, except for my husband, that's the family favorite spot on the couch. Like we fight over it because there's the end table right there.
We have kind of like too.
And you can snuggle into the corner of the couch, and so we like I'll have a tea there, but I feel like it interrupts my flow.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I also grew up, my mom, sorry, Mom. My parents were always dieting. I feel like that's a very common story from the 90s, though. Was not everyone dieting in the 90s. So we didn't have snacks in our house. And we would have pork rinds and pretzels. And like, that was it. And we would have plain popcorn that you had to put in a little bowl to pop in the microwave.
Gross.
And so, yes.
So I would not be a snacker if I were you then.
Yeah. So I'm not really a snacker. Like I grab a snack when I am starving. I am visual though. So if I go somewhere and I see food, then I'm like, I don't really like ice cream right now. Thinking of ice cream makes me like, ugh, to even think about it. But then when I see ice cream, I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'll have a bite. Maybe I'll get it.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah, I get that. I feel that too. Well, let us know if you're listening. Join us on Instagram at the Clean Romance Podcast and let us know what's your favorite snack to eat, or can you eat snacks? Like Sarah,
yeah, like can you even eat and read? I don't understand this. Doesn't make sense.
I think that's hilarious. I definitely drink a lot. Like I prefer to drink my calories. Like I'm not alcohol. I can't drink alcohol, but like I love like Olipop is my favorite. Yeah. Love Olipop. I love hot chocolate. Like
I'm sitting here with my iced coffee, so I totally get that. And I'm like, I might eat literally like a piece of cheese as a snack just to like, because I need
Mm,
calories,
right,
but
right.
mostly like I found, okay, I cut out coffee one time, my afternoon coffee for Lent. That was, I think it was 2 years ago. I gained weight because I was like, coffee, like it has creamer in it, it fills me up, and it makes me, when I'm drinking it, I don't reach for food. And so when I cut
Mm,
out my afternoon coffee, I
yeah.
was suddenly just like stuffing my face all the time, and I realized like that's not a smart thing to give up for Lent anymore.
That is
Can't do it.
really funny, Sarah.
Yeah. It was a
Wow.
rough Lent.
Yeah.
Okay, but I kept going, Jesus sacrificed more.
Yeah, right.
Jesus' sacrifice was so much more than an afternoon coffee, so I can do this.
Yes. Amen. Glad
Yes,
you got through that Lent.
me too. And learned some good lessons. All right.
Well, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, are you gonna share about our book sponsor?
I was going to say that we try to have a balance in our episodes between deeper topics and more lighthearted ones. And this is obviously a lighthearted one. Last week we had a more intense topic with Anne J. David about switching from spicy romance to Christian romance and her journey
Which was such
there.
a good conversation, by the way.
Such a great conversation that I was not there for. I had a serious FOMO about missing that, but
Okay, wait, can I give a disclaimer? I feel like I
yes.
needed to give this. If you watched it on YouTube and you saw all my weird faces, it's because there was a delay in our recording. And so I had like this really intense listening face on, which looked kind of like an angry face or something. But I was just trying to figure out, it was like, Anne had such a cute accent, but also there was like a 30-second delay. Like I would say something and then we would wait 10 seconds and then she would laugh at what I said. And then she would start answering about the time I gave up and asked a question. And so it was just a little bit of an awkward delay and I made some really weird faces. So it was fun.
So maybe you do want to watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So go on YouTube and watch Sarah's funny listening, stressed about the delay faces.
Yes, it was a very stressed, intense listening face. I was like, the whole time, if you're listening, you're missing my face.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, and we didn't realize this until we went to schedule the episode. Anne lives in South Africa.
Oh, yeah. We had no idea. We've been like communicating on Instagram and YouTube. And then suddenly we have like a 7-hour time difference or something.
Yes. Yeah. So I think that is so cool. I mean, what a neat thing about technology that we can have a more or less live conversation with someone on the other side of the world. 30-second delay is just, not bad.
Right.
It's got to go to space and back, right? Like, how does that work?
All right.
Well, so today, our lighthearted, fun episode, we're talking about, do books make you hungry? And we're sharing some foodie reads today. And so we have as our sponsored book of this episode, we have a foodie read. It's a whole series that centers around a German-Mexican fusion restaurant in Texas. So we've got some unique elements going here. And the book is The Design and Destiny of Love by Jackie Q. Rowe. And Jackie has been a huge supporter of the podcast, and we're super, super grateful for her. She's always really encouraging, and we're happy that we get to share one of her books today. So I'm going to tell you about the book, read the blurb, and then tell you how to find it. What do you get when you add one uptight interior designer, one smirky general contractor, and one sneaky abuela? My life. When I rush to Abuelita's bedside, scared we're going to lose her, I realize I've been tricked. Tricked into moving back to the quirky town where my heart got broken, and then tricked into working with the man who broke it. But I'm fine. Of course I'm fine. I have rules to keep things neat and tidy. No bringing up the past. It's over and done. No unnecessary touching. This shouldn't even need to be said, but just in case. No working alone together unless we absolutely have to, and we shouldn't have to. And I don't care that my best friends remind me that my rules in high school may have worked backwards. See rule number 1. It won't even matter that we're working for his mother, who still hates me. We'll get the cabins renovated, stay on budget, on time, and earn the bonus without giving him a second chance. Even if that does disappoint Abuelita. She'll just have to understand and stop meddling. The Design and Destiny of Love is the first book in the Love and Laughter series. Each book can be read as a standalone and has sizzling chemistry but no spice, and of course, its own happily ever after. Thank you so much to Jackie Q. Rowe for sponsoring this episode. You can find this book on Amazon. It's in Kindle Unlimited and paperback. And the link for that will be in the show notes and on our website at thecleanromancepodcast.com.
That sounds so good.
Yeah.
And I want to eat at that restaurant. Like, does a restaurant
right?
like that actually exist?
I don't know.
That sounds
We'll
amazing.
have to ask her.
Yeah, let us know, Jackie, please. And if it does exist, tell us where to find it.
Seriously.
I mean, Tiffany, I'm going to, let's just start. We got the big question of the day. Do books make you hungry?
This is such a deep question, Sarah. I don't know. We're going to have to wade in.
We got to go back and forth on this one.
I feel like writing makes me hungry after a while. Like, you kind of like lose yourself in a book and then you like, oh, I need to eat. I like forgot to eat, you know?
But that's not like... Tiffany, that's not what we're talking about.
I know. Okay. Do books make me hungry? It depends. It depends if they're eating something that I would like to eat.
Okay, yeah. So I was prepared for this conversation. I read a book called A Fellowship of Baker's Magic not too long ago. And I remember thinking, like, should I be getting hungry from listening to these food descriptions? It was like a very foodie book, I felt like, but I don't have a big sweet tooth. And so I was just kind of like, okay, that's so cool that she puts herbs on her brownies. You know, like I just wasn't that impressed.
Sorry, I shouldn't have made that face.
But I was like thinking, you know, maybe my bougie baker friends would love something like this. You know, my friends who like love fancy sweets, that maybe them reading a book about a baking contest would be the same as me reading a book about, I don't know, like a coffee shop.
Right. Okay. I will say books have made me want coffee drinks, and I have made a specialty coffee drink just off of reading a book. I don't know what book it was. I want to say it's by the YA author Casey West, but I made Dalgona coffee, and I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but it's like oh my gosh, it's like Filipino or Korean coffee or something like that. I want to say it's Korean. Okay, so I read about this in a book, and I made it, and it's delicious. It's definitely kind of like a dessert coffee.
Right.
You use instant coffee.
Okay.
And hot water, and you like froth it with sugar, like really, really fast, and it makes it stiff. And then you pour coconut milk into it, and you drink it cold, like with ice. It is so unique, but so good.
Okay. So
I'm trying to look up where it's from.
This seems to be like an Instagram post that we put up. And then I'll try this. This sounds good. See, I'm all about this. So was the recipe in the book, or did they just talk about it and then you looked it up on Pinterest?
Yeah. So she talked about it kind of at length, to the point where I was like, okay, this is interesting. I've never heard of it. And I looked it up. It is Korean. And so it made me look up a recipe. And the first time I made it, I didn't get it right. Like I I don't know what I did, but I've
It
made it
wasn't
several times
stiff.
since then. Yeah,
Okay.
it wasn't stiff enough. But it's good. If you like
Okay.
coffee drinks, you will like it, I think.
All right. I do like coffee drinks, and I have some
I know.
instant coffee at my house. So
Yeah.
here we go.
Yep.
Um, okay, so I like can't think of a single time that reading a book has made me hungry, but I find that most books tend to harp on sugary foods,
Yeah.
not savory. And if you harp
Mm,
on a savory food, I'm going to be like, yes, please. But
really?
they'll like drizzle chocolate on their popcorn. No, butter and salt. Like if you pour butter and salt on popcorn, then I will be craving popcorn. But when
Okay.
they drizzle
Interesting.
chocolate, I have no desire. But
I'm
I have
here for the chocolate. I'm here for it. All the sweets, give me all the sweets.
well, I have a friend. Well, I have some friends. They write like fantasy romance, and they one of their series, it's fantasy. Okay, so it's a different world, but it's kind of based loosely off like Russia or
Okay.
somewhere over there, right? And it's one of the main characters keeps having to eat borscht. I don't even know if I
Mm.
said borscht right. So I am like, it's a whole series. It's actually two series following these characters, and there's a lot of borscht and there's a lot of dinners where this girl, like her boyfriend is like eating the borscht for her secretly so that she
Oh,
isn't rude because they're like royalty and they have to eat the food, right?
yeah.
And I live in a really cool area where it's very diverse, and we had a soup night, and my neighbor who was born and raised in Russia brought borscht, and I was eating it and I was like, I'm just like Rowan from the book. Like, except I like it. I was like, Rowan, what's your problem? This stuff is good. I don't know what Rowan's problem
That's
was, because
so funny.
borscht was good. It tasted way better than it sounds. Sounds disgusting. Tastes great.
Because
Of course.
is it beets?
Yeah, it was like a beet soup, which
Interesting.
sounds
Yeah.
so gross, but it was actually good.
Hmm.
It could be my neighbor is just good at cooking it. I don't know.
That's true. Yeah.
And it was fun because there's a way that you eat it. Like you're supposed to eat it with, I can't remember what it was, like a certain type of bread, I think. But like we
Oh.
couldn't just eat it with whatever other, cornbread or whatever. It had to be whatever bread she had brought. And
That's
anyway,
cool.
yeah. So
I
that was
like that.
yeah, it was like a bookish moment, even though the book didn't make
Yes.
me eat
Yeah.
it, but I felt very bookish, and it made me think of that series that I enjoyed so much.
I love
So,
it. I will say, I like with my health stuff, I, have had to avoid a lot of foods. And then I also have quite a bit of food allergies. And so sometimes I will write into my books things that I would like to eat, and I let my characters eat them.
oh, that's kind of sad.
But it helps me, actually.
It
It's
does
almost
help?
like
Okay.
therapy. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I did.
So
Oh, go ahead.
my characters eat a lot of guava pastries because I just love guava pastries. And it's a very it's a Hispanic, like a Cuban thing, and
Right.
which is a very Florida thing.
Yeah.
So,
Because I've never had a guava pastry before. I don't know
Sarah.
what this is.
We
I'm
need to
feeling
fix
kind
that.
of like last week with Anne when she kept talking about the brill or something.
Yeah.
Bry. But it was just like a cooking fire. But I was like, a what? Uh-huh. A what? So a guava pastry? Okay, I'm feeling very uncultured, even though I live in like the melting pot over here. So in my book Finding Gideon, I had a scene about a Krispy Kreme donut, and
Oh,
I went really deep into this Krispy Kreme donut, and I always have hoped that someone reads that book and then has to go get a Krispy Kreme when they're done with
yes.
that scene. Like,
Oh, man.
that was one of my goals, was to just write in this like undying need for a Krispy Kreme
Yes.
chocolate covered custard filled
Oh,
eclair.
yes. That sounds really good.
Yes, right. And then
And
I
when
also
they're really hot, like the hot.
yes, Yeah,
sign
like
is on.
I wrote about them like coming
Mm.
down the belt and like getting
Yes, yes.
bathed in the icing stuff. And
Oh.
so I was like, I hope that I just I hope that Krispy Kreme pays me because I'm sending all these people to Krispy Kreme. But Krispy Kreme has not
I
paid
love
me
it.
yet. I was also hoping that McAllister's would pay me because I sent a lot of people to McAllister's, I feel like, because I talk a lot about their tea in the book.
Their tea is really
And their
good.
tea is good, yeah.
Yeah,
Now I want
I
some. Now I
agree.
don't even want
I
my
know.
coffee anymore. I want
The
some
question
McAllister's
is,
tea.
it's not do books make you hungry? It's does the Clean Romance
Yeah.
podcast make you hungry?
It's so true. It's made us hungry.
Yes. Yep.
Or at
I'm
least we're
definitely ready to eat something.
Yeah. I'm ready
I
for
was kind
some
of
half
like
and half. Like
I was
tea,
kind of
not
like, should we
human.
eat something while we're while we're
No.
recording? But that would be like really bad.
I hate
The
eating
mouth
noises.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's so terrible. I hate it
Oh,
so
if
much.
other people are eating and I'm not eating, I have to leave the room.
Me too.
Oh,
Yes, go ahead.
so when Joey and I first started hanging out, okay, so he was all like, I have the secret study spot and do you want to study with me? And I was like, okay. So the first night I show up at the secret study spot, I had brought breadsticks. That was like my dinner, was this because I was in college, right? And so it
Yeah.
was breadsticks from the pizza place on campus. And I left the room. I sat outside in the hall and ate them because I hate eating noises so much that I refuse to be the person who makes them,
Wow.
especially with him when we've just started hanging
Right.
out. And so I totally went. He thought I was so weird, I'm sure, but he's stuck with me now. So it clearly didn't turn him off too much. But I was like, I'm gonna go eat these in the hall because I hate mouth noises so much.
Yes. I would be that person that would appreciate you eating them in the hall. Thank you, Sarah.
Anytime. If I'm eating around you, you can always be like, hey, will you go eat that way? It won't bother me at all because I'll be like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry I did it to you.
That's amazing. Have you ever go ahead.
I'm sorry. One time in high school, I was with my family. I think it was high school. And they kept slurping their soup so bad that I finally got mad and I pulled a pack of straws from the cabinet and I like threw it on the kitchen table and I was like, eat your soup with a straw. And I was not a bossy high schooler, but I was just so like driven beyond the edge by the slurping of my family. And my family's so funny now. Every time they slurp around me, they apologize. I'm like, yeah, please.
Yeah,
like, you can't do that.
You really should apologize.
Okay. All right, go ahead. I interrupted you. What were you saying earlier?
Well, I was going to say, are there other things you've done because of books? Like, even if it's not food, like, do you want to like work out after reading, someone, getting fit or something like that,
Yeah. Okay, like the fantasy montage. There is like, I feel like half of the fantasy books have some kind of montage where the girl who was like not fit and not a warrior suddenly has to become a warrior. And so it's like with the love interest, right? And she has to like run ragged and work out super hard and learn to sword fight. And every time when it's done just right, it makes me want to like go run and lift weights and like get fit and get like warrior fit, like I want to kick your butt in a dark alley kind of fit.
Totally. I feel like I felt that a lot with the Hunger Games series with Katniss, with her like bow and arrow vibes. I'm like, okay, I have a dream, Sarah. I would when I get a horse again, which is hopefully in the next couple of years, I want to be able to do the like bow and arrow on horseback. Have you seen that where they're like, there's a course? Like I want to be able to do that. That's my dream.
Susan Friedland, who wrote Marguerite, Misty, and Me, she's done that.
No way.
She does all kind of cool things for her blog and for her podcast. She's hosts the Barn Banter podcast. And so she did a bow and arrow on horseback class. But so she's cool. Legit like, sorry, Susan, just like barely walking and shooting the bow and arrow, but it's still so cool.
Well,
like,
yeah.
So
that's
cool.
awesome.
You can do it, Tiffany. I one time saw the like gun shooting off horses thing. Did you know
Yeah.
they don't have bullets? They're shooting balloons with gunpowder. But apparently it makes such an
Really?
explosion, just the gunpowder, that it pops the balloon.
That's cool.
Or
I
whatever it
didn't
is.
know
I
that.
think it's a balloon that they pop. It's something that they have to hit. So they point the gun at it, and even though there's no bullet, it still pops it
Wow.
because of
Wow.
the
Just
like
like the
force of the
pressure of
air.
the
Yeah.
interesting. Interesting.
Isn't
Okay, well,
that
I
that
want to do that too. I
well,
want to do like all the shooting things off
yeah.
of horseback.
Well, and it totally makes sense because I had worried about that. I had been like, how do you do that competition without actually shooting people in the stands?
Seriously. Yes.
And so that's how they're not actually shooting
Okay.
bullets. So
That
you can
makes
go
me
to a
feel better.
contest, you'll be fine. You're not going to get shot.
All right.
Okay.
Well, should we share our 5-star read, our foodie books?
I think so. I was
I
looking
have a
over our
few.
notes to see if I missed anything. Oh, you have a few?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. All right. I only have one. Go for it. You go first then.
Okay. Well, okay. Let me think for a second. I will say B.R. Goodwin, which I went on a B.R. Goodwin kick recently.
Yeah, you were on a kick.
Yes, it really was. And when I was trying to think of foodie books, a lot of her books are foodie books. So Forget Me Not is the female main character has a pretzel shop. Oh my gosh, Sarah. Like
Okay, that sounds
that book made me crave pretzels like no other.
I
Like
thought you said they didn't make you hungry, but now you're like,
no, I'm taking back what I said.
now you're dreaming about pretzels. Okay, keep going.
Yes. Okay. And then she wrote the book Grits and Glamour, which was one of my 5-star reads like a few weeks ago.
I ate grits because of that. I forgot about this. I
oh
totally,
my gosh, Sarah, we both we are liars.
I totally made shrimp and grits for dinner because of that book.
Wow.
So yes. Books they influence my eating choices.
So then she has another book that's called Southern Snow. Ooh. And the family has a like coffee shop bakery, and it's during Christmas time. So they have like all of these treats and stuff like that. And so I actually reached out to her and I was like, hey, I'm collecting books, for this episode. And I'm realizing you have a lot of foodie stuff in your books. And she told me that she has food allergies too, and so she writes this stuff in her books because she like can't eat a lot of it. And I was like, girl, same, we're like kindred spirits.
That is
so go read a B.R. Goodwin book.
Yeah. Yes. And if you want, like, maybe I should post my grits recipe that I used on Pinterest because of her book.
Yes.
Because it was good. The only thing I will say, it was an Instant Pot recipe, and so not sure if I recommend grits in the Instant Pot. It was a lot more efficient, but there were some lumps at the bottom.
Yeah, that's tough.
Lumpy grits is a little gross, but the flavor was bomb.
Yeah. Okay. Then Nuria Munoz, she wrote a book that's set in Puerto Rico, and it has a lot of like Puerto Rican types of foods, which I love. So that book is Shall I Stay? And that is a very yummy book. I like that one.
Okay, I'm just thinking, you can tell who does the website here, and it's not Tiffany, because she's just given me like 30 books to post on the website. Thanks, Tiffany.
Sorry,
all right,
Sarah.
Keep going. What's next?
I have two more.
Okay.
Okay, the other one is The First Taste by Anna Conwell, and we just had her on the show too.
Yeah, we did.
But she, like, if you follow her, if you're a subscriber of hers, you know that she's very creative. She likes to bake and stuff like that. So she even just this last week, I feel like she had a recipe in her newsletter or something. But she has a chef, female main character in that one, and that has like some good foodie moments in it.
All right.
And then
You
my
did
last
way
one.
better at gathering these. Okay, go ahead.
My last one. I had to give my girl Lindsay Rochester a shout out because she has a lot of food in her books too, but she also has food allergies. I'm like, is
Huh.
this a thing?
Apparently
Maybe
it
it's a
is.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
apparently so.
her first book in her Laurel Falls series is Sunshine and Cinnamon, and he's a Southerner and introduces the female main character to grits. So that's another, maybe we should do a grits. Like, these are some books that have grits in them, and here's Sarah's recipe.
Wait, is this a post, or are we gonna do a whole episode about grits?
No,
That would be
a
kind of
post,
funny.
a grits
We're not
episode.
gonna do a whole episode on grits and clean romance.
I mean, we could if we run out of content ideas, which I don't think we're going to.
Okay, so my book, notice it was singular, although we could make it's a series. Okay.
Yeah.
It's The Lachlan Feuds by L. Madison and Robin Mayle. And I will say that's just the book that had the borscht in it that made, or I don't even know if I said that. Borscht. I don't know how to say it. But I love that even though it's fantasy, so interesting because it makes you want, like, learn about other cultures and want to try foods from other cultures. So
nice. I like that.
Yeah. Book 1 is Scarlet Princess. Although it's this whole string of series that are based. So this was like the first series was the Lachlan Treaty, and then the Lachlan Feuds is their children. So I recommend the Lachlan Treaty first because it's like the order of things, but it's all really good.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I love books that you get to see generations.
Oh man, it's so good because you fall in love in the Lachlan Treaty. You fall in love with Logan. Okay, like Logan winning. Logan is winning. Okay,
nice.
And so then you get to see Logan as a father.
Oh, I love that.
And so whenever Logan shows up, because Scarlet gets into trouble, and whenever Logan shows up, you're first of all like, oh no, Logan's here, like he doesn't play, but then you're also like, Logan. And anyway, it's so sweet to see him as a father, and it's fictional, but you're still just like, oh my gosh, Logan's a dad now. So anyway, it's really fun.
I love it so much.
I think that's my most favorite multi-generational series that I've ever read.
Where we could do an episode on multi-generational series.
We should.
Because I just finished binging one.
Okay.
That is like, I finished one of the books last night, and Sarah, I was crying. Like, really? Not like tears in my eyes, like literally like tears streaming down my face. And I was like, these people are not real. I need to get a grip on myself. But it felt like, I literally talked to Tyler about it. I was like, I know that this is dumb, but I feel like these people are real. And I just spent 15 books with that, literally 15 books with them, and I feel like they just died because I don't have any books left of them. And he's like, that makes a lot of sense. I get that. I was like, oh, good. Like, I'm glad you don't think I'm crazy right now.
So how do you think the author feels? Like, do you think she's like, check that box, I'm ready to move on? Or do you think she's mourning that?
That's a really good question. And I would love to ask her. If anybody knows how we can have Sarah M. Eden on the show, I would love to have her on the show. So please that out there, help us connect with Sarah M. Eden, because I'm literally obsessed.
But you did make me think that it would be fun to do an episode talking about this. I kind of jumped a little bit. Like, we should talk about a series or book that has stuck with us for more than like 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, I like that.
Because I'm writing it down. I immediately thought of some series that I was like, oh my gosh, like because there was one that had all the spinoffs, and I read all the spinoffs. Like, I just couldn't get enough. Yeah. And it's clean romance. So
yes, I love it. Okay, I'm writing it down in our episode ideas. Okay, we
Okay.
need to wrap this
We
up.
need to wrap it up. I got softball practice, Tiffany.
Yes.
We gotta go.
Okay, I will say about our 5-star reads, you can check out our 5-star reads in the show notes or on the website at thecleanromancepodcast.com. And in our show notes, like don't forget to read the show notes because they have lots of good stuff. We have our sponsored book linked in there. We have our 5-star reads linked in there. Sarah and I both have free books that we have linked in there that you're going to want to check out. And we have our Instagram stuff linked in there. So you can connect with us in lots of different ways from our show notes.
Right. And with the free books, we have the Christmas novella that we wrote together.
Yeah.
So if you're not like a Christmas purist, if you can read Christmas year round, that was such a fun little project.
All right. Thank you for joining us on the Clean Romance Podcast, where clean romance lives happily ever after. Wherever you're listening, follow or subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Until next time, happy reading.
Happy reading. And eating.
And eating.